All right. Party people in one place to be, vandals and all you graffiti artists, out there spooking up the trains, doing your throw ups or your pieces or whatever. Make sure you have a good lookout. That is important, and that's kind of be one of the things we're going to talk about tonight. But before that, Joe,
Yeah.
who we kind of brought to by tonight?
Yes, sir. This episode of How'd We Get Here is brought to you in collaboration with Power Pulp Comics. We don't fit in, we stand out. So go to powerpulpcomics.com for your one-stop shop for awesome indie comics. And they also have a Discord now. I'll drop the link in the chats. You could go sign up and hang out, talk process, talk about comics, all things comic related. You can go hang out with creators and stuff, have conversations. So go check out their Discord for Power Pulp.
Right. I really love the comic tools chat. That's really great. But enough about the Power Pulp. We are not talking about Power Pulp tonight. We have two really great creators with probably one of the hottest books on Kickstarter at the moment. We're going to go let these fellas introduce themselves. How are you guys doing tonight?
Awesome. I'm happy to be here, man.
Thank you. Doing good, thank you.
All right. So, yeah, we have Nathan Price. He is a horror writer. You've done 2 Night of the Chihuahua series and then a couple one-shots pretty much, right? Is kind of, or that's what I know of you.
Yeah, we have another Chihuahuas. Series 1 is 1 through 5 issues. Started series 2, have a kids book and a Spanish translation. We have The Family Man, which is the first book that I wrote, and thankfully Brandon joined me on Drip, which is kind of a personal-ish story. Yeah, and also The Family Man is translated into Chinese, believe it or not.
Yeah.
There's no real use for that, I guess, but I have a plan, but no one else knows it.
Well, there's the newspaper stuff, and then there is dialogue in the last 2 pages, I think. Yeah.
Well, it's a inside the house horror, so I mean, I can see how it would be like the Asian horror. There, they had that little like claustrophobic in tight places kind of horror type stuff was popular. What in the early aughts? Yeah.
Well, it's still going. Just white people don't care about it anymore.
Yeah, but it did have a little high there for a while. So.
All right.
That's me.
And then Brandon, go ahead and introduce yourself if you don't mind.
Oh, yeah. My name is Brandon Depillis. I'm an artist and writer of Autolize and Cannonball Presents and The Early Bird. Yeah, I work with Lesser Known Comics, and I'm working with Nate here on Drip.
Cool. Yeah. We're big friends of Mark, man. He's a rad dude. We like what he's doing for the most part. It's been a while since we talked to him, but yeah.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He's like one of the first people I got to know in the indie comics community. He was really good about bringing a lot of creators together, and that's how I got to know Nate. He brought he's got such a big personality. He just brought everybody together, and we all kind of work with each other on different things. And like I'll bring in Jay Red to edit my books, or I send my books out to Jade Louder to look over and spell check and edit also. So it's a pretty big, pretty tight community we got now, and I'm fortunate enough to be a part of it. Fortunate enough to have met Nate through it also.
Head on. So you guys' book Drip. You guys kind of want to do a giveaway on the show tonight. You gonna want to talk about that a little bit, Nate?
What do you want me to give away? When I was younger, I lived in Northern California, and I was part of a b-boy crew, and we would go out and paint, throughout the Bay. A lot of interesting things up there. I don't know if it's really anywhere else, but there's things called tag bangers, and they would kind of claim their territory, but they would also shoot you if you went over their spot. So running around at night, there was this like exhilaration. you got the smell of the spray paint. You're doing something that's illegal, and it was just a lot of fun. And some of the places we go to, you're going at like 2 a.m. It's dark, and like we went up to like UC Berkeley, and there was this old rec hall, and it was like super sketchy. You had to crawl through windows, broken glass everywhere, and you're in there in the middle of the night, and it's like, what in the hell is in here? You're not sure if like a homeless person's going to come at you. So kind of the idea behind Drip was like, I don't know if it's a bit an homage, but like to honor that whole thing of that feeling, with your crew out at night. And I don't know if it's giving too much away, but like the crew, this crew right here runs into a rival crew, and that puts a whole layer of anxiety into things, because not only are you now in a place where you're not supposed to be doing something that's illegal, but then there's this rivalry coming at you, or people could have guns. I mean, I've been lucky enough to never get into a confrontation that's had guns or knives, but it does happen. A lot of my friends will attest to that still do paint. But yeah, I mean, it's like a love letter in a way. It's something I've been married 20 years. I have a degree in physical therapy. I have 2 kids. They're in sports. I mean, that whole world is so far away now, but I still have a love for it. I don't know if you guys have anything like that you can relate to, but there's just something there still. I love looking at art online and just like how people execute things. So that's enough.
Did you used to do like do bombs or throw ups, or like what was your like type of graffiti that you did?
I did a little bit of everything, but mostly try to do pieces. The writers that I wrote with, there's Corrupt, Natural, Destroyer, and some of these characters are based off of them, but a lot of them were into either pieces or productions, which a production is a series of pieces put together with a common theme. But if we went out bombing in San Francisco or something, you're just hitting tags or throw ups real quick. There's like a throw up, there's a stamp, there's all like, I tried to show Brandon, I don't know if I did a good job of like explaining, but like some are very quick. So there's like an artist named Twist who became very famous, but he would do screws, like a screw, and he could do it so quick. Or Reminisce, found out later was a woman. She could do horses, and I mean, just it is beautiful and quick. So, anyways,
what was the name? What was the name of your crew? You said when you're
Mass Crew, MAS, Mastering All Styles.
Okay.
One night, Destroyer said it stood for Mothers Against Satan, so we kind of rolled with it.
Yeah. I was friends with a graffiti artist when I was in art school, and nice. I remember near the end of the year he didn't show up for a week because he got arrested.
Yeah,
so he missed like almost a week of school. I think he got arrested on a Friday, so they couldn't process. So he had to spend like 4 days in prison because there was no judges on the weekends or whatever. Yeah, it was. Had a good time with him. He was a good guy. Yeah.
It's an interesting conversation because it's become so much more accepted. Mm-hmm. Like there's a guy. He's an old school graffiti writer named Dregs in San Francisco, but he turned into a lawyer. And he does these podcasts and stuff, but like about history and like politically, and it's just really cool because I have friends that are grown adults now and they still go out and bomb at night, but I have friends that they travel the world and they do, murals for the Oakland A's or it's just cool to see the evolution.
And now cities have designated areas where people could go and freely graffiti all over in the city, right? So,
yeah, if I ever had a place, man, I'd just let kids come and bomb on it. You know what I mean?
Happens all the time in my city. You can walk around Minneapolis in the Twin Cities here. Stores are always offering up their walls for artists all the time. Our city, like people do their garages. It's amazing. It's just a wealth of talent here in the Twin Cities.
I think it makes places look better. You know what I mean? It's just like corporate America, and it's just like beige stucco everywhere. Oh, yeah. Or brick, and it's like, dude, throw some color on that, man. Mm-hmm. Throw like a crazy ass Donald Duck smoking a blunt or something.
I had heard that they tried to do that initially to have people come and do murals because people would come and tag, and this looks kind of messy. So if somebody actually did a mural, people would, unless like there's a respect level, but they wouldn't go over someone's.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm talking a little bit.
That's how you get the gun pulled on you at where I came from.
Yeah.
If you went over somebody else's tag, you like or crossed him out, like that was like the sin.
A big deal.
Yeah, those are fighting not words, but
Yeah.
actions.
Yeah.
It was like serious. We had some big crews when I was in high school. There was KGA, Keeping Graffiti Alive, and AOT always on top, and like they had a really big rivalry with each other. And like I kind of knew guys on both crews. And then like my friends, they weren't really in any crew, but like we would still go out and bomb. And I was never really good at it, so I was lookout. But it's an important job, though. You know what I mean? You gotta. And we never got caught, so hell yeah. I had a friend once. He like got busted because he bombed all the way from California to Montana, and he ended up getting stuck with a $250,000 bill for it.
Wow.
He was he was an amazing artist, even when we were little children, man. I'm not gonna say his real name, but like he could draw like McFarlane when we were in like 4th grade. You know?
Wow.
He was just like bomb. So like yeah, by high school he was just incredible with the tips and stuff.
Yeah, it's interesting. Part of the story, when we were younger, we all wanted to be in Lord's crew. I don't know if you guys have heard of TFL.
Yeah.
The fucking Lords. It's like a worldwide crew. And so part of the whole story is them wanting to be in Lords and the evolution of what happens with that. And some of my friends that are referenced in this story are not only in Lords, but like in LTS and KOG, Killer of Giants, last what does LTS stand for? Last to Survive. But yeah, it's a trip. But yeah, the Lords is actually a big part of the story. And I don't want to give that part away too much because it's like shows where it goes.
Yeah. I knew Pache. He actually moved to my town, Modesto, after like he kind of hung it up.
You're from Modesto?
Yeah, man.
I'm from Stockton.
Okay. So yeah, you'd be the one of the guys who'd be like, "Oh, you're from Modesto, huh?"
Hey man, this Stockton's crazy now.
Stockton was always crazy, man. Like, Stockton was crazy when I lived in California. Like, yeah, that's always been like probably the craziest town in the valley.
Yep.
So yeah. I know quite a bit about Stockton. I used to go to hardcore shows there. Straight edge town, funny enough, man. Like you wouldn't expect it.
Yeah.
I got a question for you guys.
Yeah.
Why do graffiti artists love acronyms? I'm just curious. It seems like every crew has an acronym.
Because you can put it up really quick.
Oh, good point.
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's always 3 words. It's like they kind of like hardcore bands. Like it's always like 3 words.
3-word slogan.
But that's why I always figured because you could just throw up the crew name really fast, you know.
Yeah, I was when Nate was talking to me about doing this project, it was the whole graffiti aspect. I don't really know, like I enjoy graffiti art. I will actually photograph graffiti art. I just photographed in a bunch of graffiti art in Paris and in London when I was there this August. When I'm out east, I'll photograph it. But I'm not in that world, and I don't know much about that world. So I had to tag Nate for this, like, you know, find out like what's the name of stuff, and you know, and we're still kind of working on the book. The book is pretty much done, but I want to go in and put some graffiti up in the walls. And I was talking to Nate today about it. Like, that's the one place where I don't feel comfortable. But he said I'm doing a fine job, you know, doing some of this stuff. So I'm happy about it. If you notice, though, our the logo, the drip logo, was done by Nate.
Oh, really?
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, my friend Corrupt touched it up a little bit. So, but I laid the foundation for it, and yeah.
That's sick, man.
I used to write Halo. Was my thing.
I think I've probably seen your tag around, man.
No, I'm almost 50.
I'm 45, so yeah, you'd probably still be bombing while I was, and
Coming
like
up.
we'd spend a lot of time in the Bay too, because like hardcore shows, East Bay hardcore was like huge, and like we just like go over the Altamont and go fuck up Berkeley and Oakland and stuff like that. But you said you're a b-boy too. Is there any chance that you doing like a breakdancing horror book? That'd be kind of cool to see you and Brandon work with too.
I know Brandon has like.
I can do that one.
I really hope that Brandon and I get to work together in the future, but I know Brandon has a couple of things he wants to do. One project that I am set on doing, but is going to take some time to get to, is a hip hop anthology that encompasses the 5 elements of hip hop, which most people say there's 4, but I would argue that beatboxing is its own element.
Cool.
So, it is, I don't want to say the name yet. I'm going to keep that unlocked, but I want to do an anthology where I put it out there, and I've got some people that are friends in hip hop, various DJs and b-boys and different crews and stuff, and they said that they would like be judges, and I kind of wanted to make it like a pure hip hop fun thing, and the stories don't necessarily have to be like, oh, I'm in a battle. My story is about 2 brothers and Mose and Double A, and Mose raps in sign language, and then his brother translates. I wanted to make something kind of different, and I think that was going to be a real challenge to the artist. I had somebody already say that they're interested in doing it, but to try to show, sign language.
It's gonna pick a person that's got like a really good at doing hands. You know what I mean? I know a couple artists that can, but like I'm really good. I can do fists. I can do people holding guns, but doing like full sign language. Like you're talking about like some really contorted hand movements. So
you wouldn't do all of them, so you'd have to find the pacing between the hand movement and the words. I think it could be cool, but I want to find stories that are original, that incorporate hip hop. So it doesn't have to be. It could be about someone not having enough money to go buy records and before a battle or something. Try to kind of spin it a little bit so it's not just like, oh, we're here to battle the other crew.
I'm glad you brought up beatboxing though. That is kind of a dead art. You know what I mean? Like it was huge on the school grounds when I was a kid and stuff. But like I don't think they really do it anymore. You know what I mean? I think everybody just makes.
There's huge competitions for it.
Oh, do people still beatbox? Okay.
Oh yeah, you can see it. I mean, wow.
You
go on TikTok, or you'll find some amazing videos of people beatboxing. It's just incredible. I don't even know how they can do so many sounds at the same time.
I think the world champion is actually a woman right now.
Nice, cool. Right on. Like if I was like a rapper, I'd probably want to do like an album of just like working with beatboxers, you know what I mean? Instead of just 808s all the damn time.
Yeah.
An auto tune. I don't want to sound too much like an old head, but I'm not too thrilled with a lot of.
There's good music.
So fucking old.
Yeah, there's good stuff out there, man. Like I was really into trap metal while that lasted, but like that's kind of dead now. Like.
All right, so let's get people onto the Kickstarter here. Johnny, you dropped the links for the Kickstarter in the chats and in the description. So, like we're talking about, drip. It's definitely steeped in urban, urban flair. It's about graffiti, like we're talking about. Nate, you're saying you're what is it?
A b-boy,
breakdancer, yeah, b-boy as well. So, I mean, you have your roots in it, right? So you wrote this. So, I mean, if this is something that interests you, go to the Kickstarter now. It's already funded. I think you guys said the book is pretty much finished, probably just a few small tweaks.
Yeah.
How much time is left? You guys just launched this week, right?
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, so you still have a good 25, 27 days left. So yeah, man, people need to go check this out. The art is great, Brandon. I've seen your work before, familiar with it.
Thank
Great
you.
artist. So the book looks awesome. And I've got to say, you guys have a variant cover, and
Oh, yeah.
you picked the perfect guy to do the variant cover because he does a lot of street art as well. So yeah, man. Cinco, man. Yeah.
That was Nate's call.
Yeah. Yeah.
So did he like redo your piece, or like what did you kind of touch it up for the variant cover?
It's a Photoshop file, so
Okay.
it was hand drawn, then scanned in, then whatever rendered, and so we can change the logo to whatever colors we want. But yeah, I met Ian at a Arizona Comic Arts Festival out here a couple years ago, and we were across from each other the whole time. I don't know if you had this experience, Brandon, but like, say what's up to him, hey, and at the end of the day, he's like, hey, you want one of my books? And I was like, sure, man, you want one of mine? And I like instantly regretted not having talked to him because I was like, oh, see, and this was when I was new. I was afraid of meeting artists. I still kind of am to some extent, even though we've done a ton of work. But I was like, hey, maybe we should hook up sometime. He's like, I'm from New York. I was like, damn it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, he's great.
One of the earlier Kickstarters I backed was his Neon Springs. So yeah, early on, yeah. That's how I got to know his work.
My favorite Gooner book I've ever seen, man. Like it's really, really amazing.
Yeah.
He's just incredible with his colors. That I don't know if you guys saw the video I put up like yesterday, I think, about variant cover artists. Yeah, I have this thing where like when Nate told me about Ian, I was like, all right, that's perfect. He's a graffiti artist. And then you see his work, and it's just like, and I've seen his work before Nate even told me we were going to use him. And he's just absolutely incredible. And just to repeat the story real quickly, I have this thing, the story I tell is when I was younger in my early 20s, I knew this young woman who worked at a sex shop, and her job, it was one of those high-end sex shops, and her job was to walk customers around. And they were usually couples, and she had to advise them on certain products. Like she had to give advice and just walk them through everything. And the number one piece of advice she had to give that her bosses made her give to the clients was never pick a product that was bigger than the man. And I realized this when choosing a variant cover, that when you're choosing a variant cover artist, is that piece of advice is applicable to choosing variant cover artists. Like, it's just incredible. Like, I see his work and I'm just like, and I'm not kidding, I'm like completely emasculated. The same thing happened when I had Max Flowers do the variant cover for Autowise. That's I literally had that whole story pop in my head when Max did that variant for Autowise, and it popped in again when I saw Ian's cover. It's just it's amazing when you get somebody of the people of that caliber of talent to want to jump in, and they take images, they look at your story, and then they come up with this amazing piece of work. I mean, that's just incredible. Look at that thing. It's like it's
not far.
It's like a rainbow.
So it's not like you're gonna feel like you got ripped off. It's not like the Dynamite experience where you get like this beautiful cover and you open the book and it's kind of
Yeah.
But I mean, I think that's a common with a lot of artists, right? You look at someone else's work because you're so familiar, you're so used to seeing yours so much, you're working on it, you're too close to it, right?
Yeah.
So when you see something else, it's just different, right? So right away you're drawn to it because it's just different from what you're used to doing, and you just get enamored with it, and you're like, oh wow, how'd they do this? How'd they do that? You start like picking it apart, right? Every little detail, you're like looking into it and like trying to figure out how they did this or how they did that, or how do they hatch, or how do they do their line work, or like you start over analyzing it. And
this happens to all artists though. And I've come to realize I run a group here in Minnesota, the Minnesota Comic Pros, and we have monthly get-togethers, like breweries and coffee shops, and there's people who have image books and work on Marvel and graphic novels, Penguin Random House, syndicated cartoonists, people in the business 35 years. We're all meeting together, and it's something when you go to meet these people and you hear them saying the same thing that you just said. Like, they start doubting. It's not that they doubt themselves. I mean, that's part of being an artist. You know, is if you're not doubting yourself, I don't think you are an artist, because that doubt keeps you moving forward. It keeps you pushing yourself to be better. Like I said, I look at Ian's cover and I'm like, well, shit. Now I know what I want to do for my next book. You know, like,
yeah. You guys are a great team, though. I mean, like, Nate really writes like high energy, like, founding stuff, and like you're really good at drawing it. Like, I didn't really clip any of like the really like fast running pictures from Drip, but like here's like auto lease, man, and just. It's phonetic, it's high energy and stuff. So like you're reading this story about like I'm not going to spoil too much, but like Nate said, like there's a graffiti crew, they're out bombing and the rivals show up, and like there's a really great chase scene. And also it's funny that you brought up Stephen King, because I was going to say like those guys were kind of Stephen King bullies, Stephen King bullying the other crew. And I think that like it's just such a great pairing, you know what I mean? Like it's just this really high-paced, frenetic first issue, and I was blown away by the preview you guys sent us. Like I was really hyped for it, because like I really loved Nate's Family Man, and I really loved your auto lease. So I was like hoping they would come together and be like beautiful together, and like, damn, like this thing's gonna be a beautiful book when it comes out. Like these are a couple of the colored pick and like out, man.
Real quick, shout out to Myra Hernandez for colors.
Yeah, she did a fantastic job.
Brandon, you do the lettering on this?
Yes. Yeah. I'm still working the lettering on that page, but yeah,
it's cool. I like it.
Letter everything.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I don't know. Like I feel really lucky to have worked with Max on Family Man and Brandon on Drip. And just the storytelling is there. Like it's fun to have it in your head. And I've written screenplays, TV shows, short stories, but like my wife is like, isn't it enough to like just write it? I'm like, no, I want to see it. I have to see it. So like when Brandon's showing me these panels, and like my original script was not that long, and he's taken it and like breathe, is that a word? Breathe life into it and expanded the scenes. And like that running scene, I love it. It like, I don't know what it is about it when he on top of the rail cars. It's just, it's just like magic. I don't want to talk too much. He's gonna.
But you feel the tension. You feel for Boy. You know what I mean? Like, you know what's gonna happen. You know this is a horror story. You know what I mean? You know, like kind of. You know.
It's not all rainbows and unicorns. Something's gonna happen, right?
So, I mean, this is the catalyst event. I mean, this first issue is important for setting up not just the characters' relationships. It's also important for things are being set up in this first issue that pay off in the second and third issue. This is the speaking with Nate and understanding that this is the birth of an urban legend is the idea. It's something that after I'm gone, when I move on to another project, he can take another artist and do another, whole nother series based on this idea. And or I can come back, who knows? It's in a true horror sense, it's a franchise. I think Nate tapped into a franchise idea here.
Right.
I've tried to write things like the Family Man, just open-ended. I think Max challenged me to like write something where it's a complete story and can end, but there's one hook at the very end. It can continue. Hey Brandon, if you don't want to continue, I know where you live. So
So when you say this book is done, do you just mean issue 1, or are all 3 issues drawn?
Second issue is halfway drawn. The third issue is started. So our initial idea, like when Nate approached me, is like it was just going to be a one shot, and then I was like, well, I can spread stuff out and build tension and character. And I'm like, okay, maybe we can make this a graphic novella. And as I was drawing, I'm like, almost 40 pages in, and I'm like, oh God, I think we should do 3 issues. I was like, and Nate was like, yeah. And this is just only happening a couple weeks ago, because I'm like, I was bombing through pages, and then I'm just like, I still have like another 20 pages to go. So it could be a graphic novella, which is it'd be nice to see it as a, perfect bound book.
Yeah.
And which is, I'm going to love it when it is. But I have a huge fondness for floppies, and I'm just glad to see it. Oh, thanks. Yeah.
That's Big Matt King Megatrip himself, the writer of
Tales to
Enlighten. Yeah.
What? His name is Matt?
Yeah.
Matt, we have a giveaway for you since you pledged during the show. We have our Series 9 of the Chihuahuas, so you can get a floppy of, one of these floppies. Or we can give you a copy of The Family Man.
Get the Family Man. Matt, get the Family Man.
If he doesn't already have it. I mean, Matt buys a lot of books, man. He supports a lot of indie comics.
Yeah, DM me, and I'll when we fulfill your order, I'll stick it in there.
Yeah.
Where does he DM you? Where does he DM you?
On Kickstarter. I think he can send me a message.
Pork Chop Express 33, right?
Or Pork Chop on Instagram.
Pork Chop Express EXP 55. Yeah.
Yeah, so you're a big Trouble in Little China fan too.
There's a whole story behind how we named the company, but it's been 4 years, and maybe I don't know if we could shift the talk a little bit, but being indie creators, I'm totally new to this medium. We've been doing it for, not as of now, but November 21st will be 4 years. We wanted to tell stories. Night of the Chihuahuas is my friend David Kiddos Jr.'s story. And we had started in 2011 to try to make a graphic novel and did not succeed. We only raised like $2,000 out of $20,000. But yeah, I mean, it's
in 2011, you say?
Yeah.
Where was that, on Kickstarter? Did Kickstarter exist then? Yeah.
Yeah, it was Kickstarter was much different than from what I understand.
Yeah, that's in the early days, right?
Before the boom happened in like 2016, I think, is when like people really started, like Brian Pulido kind of like kicked that shit open with his comp and comic stuff, and
maybe you should give it another go now that Kickstarter is a whole nother beast with that that graphic novel. It would probably succeed easily now compared to the Kickstarter indie comic climate. It's that one. That you're talking about, the one. Okay, it is the Chihuahua one. Okay.
Yeah, so that's
got you.
We did do it, and it's just been a lot of learning, and I guess I would say selfishly, we started a documentary on making indie comics and learning. My part of my logic is that I want to interview people so that I can learn what works and what doesn't.
Came to the wrong show for that.
we actually got to interview Brian Pulido like a week or two ago.
Oh, serious? That's awesome.
Yeah. Went to his place. It was his offices are amazing, but the stuff that we're hearing is worth gold. But it's really, I thought like coming into this, it was going to be like, I'm going to figure out the secret way to do it. I'm going to have the secret handshake. We're going to get a distribution deal, because it's like you're talking about, I forget, you said something, but I thought of like, it's been very hard to get distribution. We have these books and stuff, but it's just not happening. And, Mark Bernal, guy's great. He put together Lesser Known Comics, really good place for people to come and meet. And a lot of these guys have like teamed up, and they're very patient with me, because for a while I was like freaking out. My wife was very unhappy, and I was like, I gotta do it. I gotta figure it out. But it's kind of rolling now, and like the money thing is like, it's there, but it's not like the focus. The focus is more on like the enjoyment of making the books.
Right. That's what's important.
And I think there's a bit of a shift happening now too, where self-publishing was always there and Kickstarter helped, but I think it's starting to gain some momentum. We had a little bit of a lull after that boom, the pandemic boom, where everybody was buying comics and it was selling like hotcakes. All these little publishers were popping up, printing comics like they were money. And then a lot of shit happened. A lot of publishers went out of business. Diamond happened. So I think now it's getting hard for people to find publishers because it's getting harder. So publishers aren't taking as many risks on books that aren't considered, marketable right now. And so I think you're getting a real push by creators to just say, fuck it, I don't want to wait. Like, I have this book ready and you can only put it out in 2 years. Fuck it, I'll kickstart it and I'll get it out within the next 6 months, right? I don't want to wait 2 years to get my book out there. So I think there's like this little push going, and I think the true creators have weathered the storm, and now you're getting some great comics that are coming out on Kickstarter, and you see it. It's starting to come back up now.
Oh yeah,
Family Man, best comic for Kickstarter this year so far. Drip might beat it.
I don't know. I love Max's work, and Max and Nate did a fantastic job on that book. It was a lot of fun to read.
Like talking to all the creators we have over the years doing this show, there's no one way to do it, man. You just gotta go out there and do it. And if you want the respect, I'm pretty sure you have it now, man. Like you've got like books under your belt, and you have a series that you've done, and now you got like you're starting a new one, and you got your graphic novel Family Man, and like and also I think like since you're doing a book about underground culture, it's cool that it's an underground comic. You know what I mean? It's not like something that some studio is going to try to poop out and be like, yo, hey kids, you like hip hop, like you actually lived it, you know what I mean?
Well, I think the whole like IP farming thing has kind of died. Yeah. So now you got a lot of creators that are just creating comics for the love of creating comics, right? It's not in the hopes that it might get picked up or this or that. And even a lot of stuff that did get picked up by, let's say, Netflix or Amazon. A lot of these creators saw peanuts from that. It's not like they, So I think people like the whole like, Walking Dead kind of dreams have died off because that's an exception. It's not the rule, right? So, and I think creators have realized it. So a lot of people creating comics now are true lovers of comics, right? That they're in it for the right reasons, and it shows in the work. Like a lot of work now coming out, like, are just fun. A lot of these comics are just fun.
Oh yeah,
I
totally agree.
Yeah,
like if you ever see Jade Lauder's books, it's a horror show. The dude has so much fun making those books. I was just hanging with him this weekend. If you ever get a chance to read them. Especially read It's a Horror Show #1 and check out the short, The Babysitter. I love that. It's my favorite short. It's my favorite comic every time.
That's with Apollo, right?
Yeah, with LKC and Apollo. We kind of incestuous that way.
Okay. You can always
J Red with Incision. Auto Eyes was with LKC.
Well, no, if you want a just fun comic, man, you could get this at the Kickstarter. It's an add-on. I highly recommend it. It is just a fun, obscure book about
I love it.
Red taking over and the little girl in her bedroom demon. It's nuts. It's so fun.
I'll be working on #2.
Are you? Sweet.
Yep.
I'm dying for it.
That's one thing that I really miss is like original stories, and I have so many stories that I want to tell. It's like this medium is just so much fun. So like, here's another story. I'm not going to try to plug too much, but this is Of Thunder, and this was a Phoenix Fan Fusion exclusive. So there's a little Fan Fusion, but it's about a girl named Kalani who's Hawaiian, and she finds Thor's hammer and she's worthy to hold it, but she's 8. So the idea is like the youth, they have kind of unlimited potential. And they're carrying the weight of the future on their shoulders. They don't even know it, but this is kind of like the thought behind this book. I don't know. There's just fun stories like Autolize. It's like this, what can we do that's fun? Like, yeah, we've heard Thor's story, but have you ever heard of an 8-year-old Hawaiian Thor before? And the cool thing is like, there'll be all kinds of action, but the whole storyline is probably nothing anybody would expect. It's not anything about the Thor mythos.
No, it's about the little bit. I know. I've read this story and it's really good. I'm sorry, I was about to give it away, so I'm not going to.
Are you going to be kickstarting that, or like is that released?
We just finished issue 1, issue 2. It's only 2 issues right now, but so there'll be in January we'll do Kickstarter issue 1, issue 2, and then we'll do a combined in full color. So issue 1, issue 2 will be in black and white. But this artist, his name is Carl Bourne. He's Rat Race Comics, and he's started Night of the Chihuahuas Series 2, issue 2, but this is his art.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's nice.
Yeah, why color that?
But that's the thing, is like we started to he actually has already colored almost all of it, and we took this to Fan Fusion, and people were like, this looks amazing in black and white. And I'm like, well, he already did it, so we might as well try to like...
Right. And there's a lot of kids that won't read black and white, so yeah, having a color option is a good idea.
I want to interrupt 1 second. The artist who did that book, Carl Bourne, he's got a Kickstarter going right now also.
Oh, yeah.
It's Wolf.
White Wolf.
White Wolf, yeah. So if you get a chance, jump on that too, because his art is spectacular. He does amazing work.
I actually know the link. If you want, I could put it in the chat.
I didn't want to leave him out while we were mentioning them.
I'll drop.
It's the one with the snake on the cover?
Yeah.
Okay. So there's 20 days left. So people have 20 days to go back that if they want to go check it out.
Yeah, he's great. He lives about 2 hours south of me, and like you're saying, Brandon was saying about like feeling emasculated by Ian. Well, no, it's
I'm
just
50 years old. That happens every day.
I just see like different artists, because people have come up to us for Night of the Chihuahuas, and they're like, hey, I want to do a cover, I want to do that, I want to do this. And like in my mind, it's not like, it's just like if you have a certain tone set, it's like watching a movie and it's like comedy, and then it turns into like a romantic drama, and then a thriller. It's like you want to set a tone. So it's like in Chihuahuas, we had to switch artists, and I was really unhappy with that. But I forget what the fuck. I'm sorry, I don't want to cuss. I forget what I was saying. But it's like people, you have a tone. You have like Brandon has his style, and his style is awesome. And it's just that somebody has a different style. Like Carl's style is very unique, very detailed.
Yeah.
So it's like as we go along, it's just I want to do a book called Demon Porn. And it's about my journey, or the journey of making indie comics. And my wife and I, we had taken our kids to a comic book store, and my wife she's pretty reserved person, and we're walking around, and we walk out, and she goes, all I see in there is demons and porn.
Demons and porn.
I was like, that's a great name for a book, because it would get everyone's attention.
There was no Tim Vigil books in there.
Yeah, so yeah, I mean, but that's a whole different, I don't know if you guys know Austin Ackert. He's a local guy, but he's got a very unique style, and I want to do that with him. But yeah, it's like you pick a tone for what you're doing and then run with that tone.
Yeah.
You get a dirty cover on there, man, you'll make $1 million on Kickstarter.
I know, right?
I think it's starting to die down a little bit, that
I
whole
hope
trend,
so.
though.
I'm
Yeah.
actually that's not my thing. I don't know.
No,
if
us
you guys are into
either.
it. I'm not into that, and I'm just like, I don't see the appeal in it, but I'm not gonna yuck somebody's yum. But
Yeah.
like I want to see art. I want to see what people can do with lines. I want to see what people can do with story. I want to see what they can do with character and covers and colors and inks.
Yeah.
I mean, I do.
It bothers me less when you open the book and
Yeah.
the inside is of equal quality, but these guys that just get like this top-notch artist to do the covers, and then they kind of, the interior art's like just an afterthought. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't really have much respect for that kind of method of making comics.
grifting.
Yeah. What's it called?
Grifting.
Grifting. Yeah.
Yeah.
A comic.
Mm-hmm. Like,
Wow.
and I get you get different, like a variant artist or something like that. And,
Oh yeah.
like you guys got Ian, but I mean that totally makes sense, right? He's a street artist.
Yeah.
He makes comics, so it was just the perfect match, right? For if you're going to get someone to do a variant cover, I mean, you couldn't have asked for a better person, and it makes sense.
Yeah.
Right. So it's not like you're just going out to get someone just to try to, boost up the book because of this or that. And I mean, he's a great artist, but he isn't like a household name either, you know, like a fantastic artist, but you know, he's an indie guy, right? So unless you're into indie comics, you might not know his work, you know, or if you're not into like graffiti or street art, you might not know who he is either. But you know, so
it's funny about Ian is that when Nate and I started down the road of this journey, early on, he was talking about variant covers, and I'm just like, God damn it, Nate, I don't want to talk about variant covers already. You know, it's like I don't want to worry about that. But he was talking about variants, and I was like throwing out names, and I'm like, I think we should go with comic book guys. I think we should go with comic book guys. I'm so happy that he ignored me. I mean, it's not that I love Ian's work, you know, and but he's like, I was like, yeah, I'm glad he ignored me. I wanted to have somebody from lesser known comics, and then I see Ian's work, and I'm just like, okay, yeah, I get it now. I get it. I'm glad Nate ignored me. I'm glad he did his thing, and
and Ian, like he's into indie comics big time. He has, I think he has his channel. He has guests on all the time, and you know, like he's entrenched into the indie comics scene.
The thing is, I'm an extremely loyal person when it comes, you know, to like friends and like and the people, you know, and I work closely with a bunch of LKC people, and I feel like I owe them, and I want to, you know, I want to help spread their names. And well, now I know Ian. Now I know him. Now we've shared a few jokes, and now I'll be loyal to Ian too.
Yeah, but there's nothing wrong with networking, man.
Yeah, no, I know.
Because then if you go do shows like somewhere else, you know, you have a little network of friends here and there. You know, you could like, you know, it's never a bad thing, right?
It's for Of Thunder. I don't know if you guys can easily pull up an Instagram account and show it, but my love for graffiti, I've wanted to work with like a worldwide known graffiti artist. And I contacted a couple, and one of them said yes. Is Bubblegum. He's from Spain, and he's going to do a connecting cover for Of Thunder. I don't know if it really matches. He knows what I'm looking for, but supposedly in December I'll be able to see something, and I'm really interested. Is that possible to pull up?
Yeah, go ahead and put the link in the chat, and I'll have to share the screen.
But I would just pull it up on Instagram, and then I don't know how to get the link. Actually, hold on, maybe I do.
Because I put Bubblegum in, but man,
it's Buble, just one B.
Okay, because there's a lot of girls like that pop up, you know, like, a lot of boobies showing up when I put Bubblegum.
My new cover. Yeah, so and it's funny because like some graffiti artists, they have a lot of ego, and I know some that are well known worldwide, kind of, but they have this like chip on their shoulder. Bubblegum is like the nicest guy. I talked to him and his girlfriend, who's his manager, and he's like probably the happiest person I've ever met. I just shoot him ideas. He's like, all right, cool, yeah, I can do that.
His work looks pretty cool.
Can you put it up on the?
Johnny, are you doing that?
No, my bad. I thought you were doing it.
I just.
No, I don't have it.
Flying the plane here.
Can you do Instagram through a browser?
Yeah, dude.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I'm not, when it comes to tech stuff, if it's not like editing software or when it comes to socials, I suck. But... Yeah, well, I was looking at it on my phone, but I'm on my laptop here, so I'm not great when it comes to, you know.
Well, I gotta open another tab because I don't have Instagram on this browser, so
now,
I open another.
Now I want to see what cliff this train goes off of.
Yeah, sorry to anyone if the stream ends abruptly for some reason on the app. So I didn't even know you could do Instagram through a browser. Instagram, let's see.
Yeah.
You got it?
Wait, I gotta leave it up.
I don't even know what my password is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it doesn't matter too much.
Is it up?
His work is pretty phenomenal. Oh, there you go. He does this ornamental style.
Damn.
Good, and it's people like I show them and they're like, that's AI. I'm like, no, watch him paint it, like that's real.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not inventing the wheel, but I just think it's really cool to be bringing like that level of graffiti art, muralism to a comic book.
Very cool, the floral pattern, like into an
Yeah.
animal type
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
So I'm really interested. I told them because the story has to center around Hawaiian mythology and North Blue ravens. I forget their names. But yeah, I mean it's the guy is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
Yeah, his work is pretty cool.
Yeah. So but I don't know, like am I cheating on
think
comics?
there's
I don't want to like
rules.
cheat
I
on.
mean, you know,
Like I know friends that have gotten like.
the cover is just, you know, it's one aspect of the book. So, I mean,
We'll have Carl Bourne will do the main covers and then Bubblegum will do the variants.
I think whoever does the interior should do the cover also. But I am okay with a variant cover artist. I do not think you should have somebody who doesn't do the interiors not do a cover. I think that would be false. Like you were saying before, Joe, when you open it up and it's totally different. That's just me. I like. Yeah, I want that
like
on
the A and B cover, you know, type thing. Just we'll get into it. I think we went into it the last guest we had on about ratio variants and all that crap. It's like,
Yeah, that's what's about. Like, you know, kind of like their food deserts where there's just like, but like there's also now comic book deserts because of like, you know, it's just been the mainstream has just kind of been, and even to the
Kickstarters too. Like, how many Kickstarters have like 8 variants? That's like a lot of those Gunnar books have
20.
like, you know, like gradually, like, okay, she's fully dressed. Now she's in underwear. Now she's fully naked. Those are like a sequence of variants that dress the character, you know? Like, structure, you know? The organs and then just the skeleton. Yeah.
There was one guy that wanted to come on the show and we turned him down. And like his thing was like each variant, like the tits, like it was funny, you know what I mean?
I mean, really?
Well, in the description for his whole book, all he did was put 6'9", 6'9", 6'9", 6'9", 6'9". I'm just like, dude, are we 13 here?
Is that the Twisted Sisters guy?
Yeah, that's a twist.
Yeah.
The thing that because when we came into this guy told us he had all the answers. You know, like you do this, you do all these variants, you do hollow, you do this, and it like as a publisher, I still don't really understand how to make money doing this. Like but I hear people doing multiple variants. It's like I get it in the same way. It's like if I can sell a Jeff Monk variant for, you know, $50, like.
No, I see that. I get that, and I just keep telling good stories. The money will start coming. You just have to keep telling good stories, one after another. That's for me. That's what I always focus on. It's the story. I mean, the art doesn't even matter as much as readers turning that page, and when they turn that last page, you want them to be like, "Oh, I want more." For me, that's the most important thing: is the storytelling. Tell a good story.
and then number ones, and I'm like, oh, I want more, and the fucking guy never did another one.
Yeah. I promise you.
Well,
The problem is, what I've noticed is a lot of writers will work with multiple artists, and they're putting out like 3-4 books a year, but never coming back to the story, right? And a lot of these writers too, and I don't know, it's just I'm a little bit like you, Brandon. I like, I don't need 8 variants, and you create a character I like. Could you focus on that a little more, and maybe I don't want to back eight different books. Yeah, exactly.
I want to.
If you don't raise enough money, it's hard to continue the story.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's like if I knew people, like hearing you guys talk about how much you like the Family Man, it's like encouraging, because I have an idea of where it should go. Max said that maybe I'll put my time into making another one. I don't know. I don't know if I should, like, maybe I should go back into the thing and send out a survey like, did you enjoy the book? Because some people have told me, but
I'm going to add on to this, Nate.
Yeah.
It's easier for me because I am a writer and an artist.
Yeah.
It's harder for somebody like Nate here. He can do graffiti art, but he doesn't draw sequential stories. So he has to tap an artist. So he has to actually try to get money, to make money. It's one investment. For me, it's your time. I'm going to be doing this regardless. I do for fun. I don't do bar league softball or bowling or fishing or hunting. I draw comics. I'm a geek. I'm a nerd. This is what I am. So it's harder for Nate because he's a writer. And for all writers, artists, they pay that artist and or they work something out, and they push and they come and they put out something. It's not easy for writers. It's not.
I just met. Yeah, and I understand that it's a lot of money up front, right? So it's an investment. It's a huge investment. If the book didn't do as well as you were hoping, and what you get from the Kickstarter gives you the money to front the next issue, right? For the front end to pay, and then you just say, that's the goal. It doesn't always work out that way, so you can't, and you see it with publishers too. Like a book will come out and then sales were way below what they thought, and then all of a sudden you never see that book again. Yeah, exactly. So I mean, it's not easy. They're great, and I just don't understand why it doesn't find an audience. Where like the writing was good, the art was great. I mean, the book.
Oh, you don't understand. Batman is fighting the Joker right now. The X-Men are fighting
again.
There's a nudie girl on page 74.
Oh, we got to see Rogue's cleavage. Awesome. Oh, you can see Gambit, the outline of Gambit's junk. Give a little something for the
a little one cake in there for the girls.
Yeah, well, that's what Krakow was all about, right? It should have been called the Sex Island. Triple X. They should have one a title called Triple. Anyway.
I can't remember who said something. There was a reason why Logan's room was right in between Scott's and Jeans or something like that.
I don't know. I gave up after, I think.
I think they did. I was a big X-Men fan in the 80s and early 90s, and I didn't really read the Krakoa stuff. I'm sure I would have appreciated it, but I don't do Marvel and DC much anymore. So.
No.
I love Hickman. I couldn't make it past Swords of X, man. Like,
yeah.
Yeah,
I'll read his image stuff, man. He wants to do his 3 Worlds, 3 Moons. It's awesome. I got that on Substack. You know what I mean? But like his Marvel stuff, I'm gonna just kind of like skip.
That's it.
You know what?
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
want stories now. I want points to the story.
Yeah.
There's no there's never really any consequences in those stories anymore because they're always rebooting, bringing somebody back to life, and I don't want to knock that stuff. It's for, it's not for me. You know, I'll do my single stories. I'll do Image and all that stuff. Marvel and DC are for a younger generation now, and that's good. And that's, you know, my Fantastic Four and my Avengers from that period, and I still got all those books.
And we still need stuff to bring. It'd be really hard for them to find the underground. I didn't find the underground until I was like in junior high, and like with.
I think they got to they got to make.
With the Rebel books, Satisfaction, and the Ninja Turtles, of course. Before that, that was probably the first indie book I ever read, and then I became a huge Usagi Yojimbo fan. Kind of forgot about, and I really read a lot of Vertigo. Like as far as DC went for decades, that's like all I read was like anything Vertigo put out. But like, they murdered that for no reason. So
Vertigo brought me back to the comics. That was a big one that brought me back to comics. I disappeared from comics for about 10 years or so, and then I saw this Metropolitan book and just started reading it and got it in the volumes. And I'm a big Chew fan. Big Chew. I love that book. I love the art from Rob Guillory. Is the things he did in that book.
Now that you mention it, I can totally see it. Yeah.
And his like pointing jokes, you know. Yeah, my shots, like in the colors I choose. Rob Guillory was highly influential for me, and Jonathan Lehman.
Well, I've got the crossover that you guys have all been waiting for.
That actually be pretty. I do enjoy the Marvel shows, though. I'll say that I do enjoy the Marvel shows, except for that Secret Invasion. It was bad. It was poorly written, but I do enjoy the show. I enjoyed all the movies.
Continuity there, and like they're actually telling. It doesn't always land perfectly, but like I kind of walk out of them like entertained. You know,
that's what they're there for.
Ironheart, especially the ending of Ironheart.
The only one, yeah.
Oh, the ending. I was like kind of flabbergasted. It's actually setting up something for the future, but I heard they axed the whole series. But but the ending, I don't see it coming.
It took a long time to do it, and like they just kind of left her hanging for a long time, and I was just like, dude, like Riri's awesome, man. Put her in Daredevil if you have to. I don't fucking care.
Yeah, why not? I mean, they're in New York, right? No, Riri's out of Chicago, isn't she?
But I mean, like she could end up in New York.
Daredevil ends up in L.A.
Yeah. I love seeing him in the yellow suit too. I don't care. She-Hulk was probably my favorite Marvel show until Born Again.
I loved She-Hulk. I think one of my favorites that was a lot of fun was actually Ms. Marvel.
Yeah, Ms. Marvel.
I loved the comic Ms. Marvel. I loved always written by G. Will Wilson, and how she kind of tapped into that whole Peter Parker feeling.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Kind of brought a new generation of that young
superhero. Yeah. I mean, I think if Marvel did stuff like that more often, I think I might come back. But I don't know. It's always but it's okay. You know,
more or less.
It's a new generation. It's for that.
They will hand the reins over to someone and give them like freedom with certain books, especially if they're not doing well at the time, and you know, like I've liked Hulk. Like,
Yeah, the new Hulk's actually pretty rad.
you know, I mean, they're pretty lax with, you know, you get some interesting stuff.
Well, they had
now.
that. It was that whole Dark series, wasn't it? Was it the Immortal?
You
Hulk?
had Immortal.
The
Immortal Hulk was fun. Yeah, with Al Ewing and Joe Bennett. Kennedy, I think. Johnson, Kennedy.
Yeah, the guy
with the Klein, I think, is the artist who does fantastic. Like, probably my second favorite Hulk artist ever.
I should check it out.
You know, so
it's got this very bombastic, really kind of old school coloring to it. Like, it's got like you know, kind of almost like Tomb of Dracula color scheme to it. It's very nice looking.
Oh, I'm gonna have to look at it then. I appreciate he does it too. DC does it a lot on their Black labels.
Black label.
Yeah.
Black label. Yeah, I think that's what Marvel needs
Black.
is like an Elseworld kind of a label where you can where you could just do crazy stories and it didn't matter. Like, I think give people like miniseries where just
it had Max for a while. Max was at least the beginning of stuff, and then the best stuff Marvel put out.
Let creators have some fun. Where editorial isn't handcuffing them with, okay, we have an event coming, so your story by this issue
That's
has this, an imprint that's separate, where it doesn't have to follow events or anything, and people could just have fun with these characters and try things. And you don't have to worry about continuity, because it's a mini series that is its own story, right?
Yeah.
Right. So you can do whatever you want.
Do you know what? That exactly what you're saying there is why I dropped off from reading Marvel, because I used to get a lot of Marvel books. I was a Wednesday Warrior, and the series that was Power Man and Iron Fist by Sanford Green.
Yeah.
And they shoehorned in Civil War II right in the middle of this fantastic book with fantastic art and fantastic story, and all of a sudden you have this thing getting shoehorned in. I was just like, well, you just ruined 12 issues, man. I mean, I only have 10 great issues, and you canceled it after 12, and you shoehorned it a swallow.
I got the cover number 1 for that, man. I love that.
Yeah, that book was fantastic.
But yeah, back to your Kickstarter, man. Drift, it's running now. It's full steam. It's funded.
It's funded.
No, 6.
Yeah.
6 hours.
Oh, okay,
No,
less than 24. 6 hours. Holy.
They kicked it off at about 11, I think, and 11 o'clock my time, our time, not Nate's time.
Okay.
I think it was funded by 7 or 8. Yeah, so about 8 hours.
In the evening?
Yeah, 8 hours.
Yeah, nice. It's almost.
That's always fun. It takes the stress off, right?
Yeah.
So now the ride the rest of the way is just fun. It's like, okay, you know how Kickstarters go. That middle period's always
Kickstarter.
a slog.
I always want to be, once we clear, it's not so much like I'm happy that I clear, but once we get clear, plus somebody drops off somewhere along the line.
Oh, got you. Yeah.
That's when I really start to relax.
In case they took a commission.
Yeah.
So that's like $100 there. So if I get it, if that person all of a sudden's like, oh crap, my car broke down.
Yeah. Well, just did 1 through 3, and it happened to him. He had a $500 he snagged it right away and then dropped it hours before the Kickstarter end. So it didn't sit there the whole entire time. Nobody could pick it up, and I think it was like 500. It might have been 300, but it was a big chunk. It was his biggest tier.
Sometimes I wonder if people actually do that kind of in a spiteful way, like another creator who
I couldn't
has a little
imagine
beef
doing
with
it
you or
for any
something.
reason whatsoever.
Maybe to me.
Don't give people ideas, Nate.
People don't like me.
I was a child in the 90s. I was a teenager in the 90s. I did some, yeah.
I used to do that when people would outbid me on outrageous bid on it. Like, I guess that doesn't work. I guess I contact the second highest bidder if you don't pay. So like the guy I was trying to screw over got it anyway. But
That was you.
Also in the Kickstarter, you could get these fellas' other books. You could get Alice, which I highly recommend, and as well you can get Family Man. Dude, like you're gonna want to pick up both of these books, in my opinion, if you haven't gotten the Kickstarters for them already. Like they're both fantastic. They're both just fun and imaginative. You know what I mean? Like I am at this point in time, I was kind of this bored, tired of slasher, stuff. Again, this cool. Yeah, they got creepy little kids. You know what I mean? That's what really got me. The baby and the daughter, man, they were so fucking cool in this book.
Yeah.
And then if we might, I think I said it before, but on the live podcast now, we might be making it into a movie. And I am so excited if we're going to do it to like cast the daughter, because she's got so much personality. And then for everybody that's watching, it's a silent horror. So they're almost all of the 48 pages are no words. It's all action, gesture, building up tension. But yeah, I really want to see the daughter. If we do cast someone like that can actually do that well, it'd be fun.
Yeah,
cool.
Like a childlike thing skipping along while she's got her act and stuff.
Real quick, so this artist named Jessica Court. She's from Oregon. She submitted a dog with a hockey mask on, but the way the hockey mask was, there was no snout, and I was like, that's creepy. Like, and I was like, I wonder what this dog's family looks like. That was part of like the
it's a whole family. Yeah, for
and
sure.
The dog does wear a mask too, like everybody else. So I thought that was really fun.
Yeah. So yeah. They have anything coming up they want to plug, like a con or an appearance for a signing at a shop or anything like that, or something else aside from your Kickstarter that maybe you want to let people know that they can pick up, or anything you have available? So do you guys have anything coming up that?
Good, Nate, you want to go first?
So I'm in Phoenix, Arizona. We're going to be at a Halloween event. And we're also going to be in Wichita at the Air Capital City Comic Con in November.
Okay.
And I think that's it for the rest of the year. Just helping or trying to get some Kickstarters done, helping some friends, and hoping to wrap up the year and like take a little break on production of books beginning of next year. Try to stay family focused for a little bit. So
good. Yeah, I have November. I'll be at Twin Cities Con here in Minneapolis. It's a pretty big show. I think they're having the whole cast of The Mummy there, as well as Rosario Dawson. Yeah. So it's a pretty cool con. It's a pretty big one. I'll be there November 7th, 8th, and 9th. I'll be tabling. It'll be me with Mini-Me. My daughter will be along with me, and she sells her own stuff too. So she's an artist and a writer herself. And it's going to be fun. So stop on down and see us.
Nice. Oh, yeah. Cool. So does she got anything out? Or
she actually she wrote a book when she was 9 years old, and a teacher said she would publish it if she finished the book. So she finished it. It was called The Forgotten Dragon. And and she's now on her third book. She's 13. She's on her third book. We're editing the second book, and she's working on the third one right now. She's a very prolific writer for her age.
That's awesome.
Above and beyond.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So do you have a project in mind, like a daughter-father kind of project coming up? Or
Yeah, Autolize.
Oh, okay.
That's the love letter to my family. And let me tell you, my daughter is an incredible editor. I rely on my wife and my daughter for a lot of things when putting my comics together. And Autolize is a love letter to my two favorite things in my life is comics and my family. And they're a part of it. So I'm very cool. Grateful for them.
Right on, man. I love it. Yeah, because that's the most important stuff in life, really. You know what I mean? And like to pass that on, that is so cool. Yeah. So we're gonna be back tomorrow night. We're gonna have Kavi Bowerman on to talk about his Kickstarter that just finished up, Bandit. I wish we could have got him on beforehand, but like it just didn't work out. But I'm really excited to talk to him about this book. It just finished today as well. It's going to be cool. It's like a really fun bootleg Batman type thing. Also got a little Dick Tracy and Love and Rocket sprinkled in it. Really great. Yeah, you can check him out on Instagram. You can actually read this book in comic strip form on his Instagram if you want to check it out. If you don't want to wait.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, he's got an amazing style, like very old school, very eye catching in my opinion. But yeah, we're going to be having him on to talk tomorrow night, and hope to see you guys there. Joe, you want to?
Well, no, I have one little thing too. We have Saturday.
Oh yeah.
We have Hans, who's going to be on for his Kickstarter, the Pulp Oddities. So Hans will be on to talk to us about that book. So yeah. Hans
is awesome. He's down here.
Yeah, he's a fun guy. So he Eckert was supposed to maybe come on, but I guess he can't make it. So he was going to maybe pop on with him, but I guess he can't make it. Saturdays are sometimes hard for people, so yeah.
Actually, he was supposed to be doing the documentary with us, but we're changing the date, so maybe he can make it.
Oh, there you go.
I gotta let him know. He reminded me. I gotta let him know.
Because I asked Hans earlier, I was like, is anyone coming on with you? He's like, oh no, I think I'm gonna be flying solos. I was like, all right, cool. I just need to know what names to put on the thumbnail, right? So to let people know who's gonna be on. But yeah, so maybe he'll be there with Hans. Who knows? But so that'll be then next week, next Wednesday, we have Jonathan
Chance
on. Yeah. So
and Elle might be on with us. Might not. We don't know. She's kind of going through a thing right now. So but that should be really fun. But like, man, this was so much fun. It was great to finally have you on, Brandon. I know like we've kind of been flirting with it since Autolize came out, and I always get it wrong. How do you pronounce it actually? Autolize?
Autolize or Autolize. It's a German word, so you can pronounce it. You can pronounce it either way. I've heard it both ways.
I'm a cracker. My bad. And Nate, like, dude, I recently found out about you, and like as soon as I found out Brandon was like, can Nate come on? I'm like, fuck yeah, Nate can come on. Like, are you kidding? Like, yeah, dude, family.
It's cool. We have a few things in common too. So
right on, yeah. So we'll see you guys tomorrow. Joe, say the
outro time, man.